All right, thanks for coming back to part 2, guys. Ethan's got some breakfast. Now, so to free ourselves from this space and place, we're honoring that we're honoring the fabric of creation and how the creator is weaving and how we are connected to what the creator is weaving, and we are weaving with the creator because we're co-creating. So it's like we are weaving this fabric of creation with creation. So we're going to heal from the fact that if it may very well feel like the outer world is against our union. But that's so that we get stronger within it. That's so that we get stronger with our connection to spirit and the divine to expand our soul. So that we get stronger with our connection to love and expanding love. It's so that we get stronger in our authenticity. This is about like, yes, we're like, to the core, we're like mushy and lovey and mushy and ooey gooey. But we're getting more of a hard outer shell. But this is not something to be like, this isn't from bitterness, and this isn't from, lower vibes, resentment. We're guilt, shame. We're healing from that. We're letting go of that, because remember, we're letting go of the past so we can laser focus on the present moment, because the present moment is creating the future. And we're protecting what we're building for the future. We're not tearing it down, because we're laser focusing on healing from rage, because we're working on the wrath template right now. We know we've also been working on the death template and the lust template, but we're laser focusing on clearing rage and healing from wrath so we don't destroy and tear down what we build when we're not feeling it that day. So we heal from the fact that it feels like the outer world is against our unions or doesn't understand our unions, or we're feeling like we're always having to defend our unions, or, like I said, they're uniquely ours. We're seeing that. We're going to honor this here. And we're also honoring that the devil's trying to trick us to make us think that we can lose love. But we can't lose love, because we cannot lose ourselves. We cannot lose our connection to source energy and our counterpart. That's an illusion. But the trick is to see through that illusion, understand if we're in separation from our counterpart, we're still connected in the 5D. We're one. So if it's, whatever's being, this is like having some serious belief, faith, trust in your truth, trust in your wholeness, trust in yourself, trust in the divine. This is like this massive leap where we just take off the cliff and we trust that the universe is orchestrating everything in our highest good, but we continue to do the work, to continue to shift it for our highest good. And sometimes doing the work is going to bed. We honor that balance. Sometimes it's getting a rest, a sleep, shifting focus, doing something new. Remember, restoring the balance. And for sometimes it is getting back to work. Sometimes it is getting back in movement, creating with the masculine and force. We're going to honor the masculine and feminine here. Now, we're also healing from the fact that we have tried to co-create and it hasn't worked out, and we're feeling pain here. We're feeling pain. And we're feeling like we continue to be pushed back in prison everywhere we turn. We're healing from depression here. We're finding confidence. Spirit wants us to find our confidence right now. Spirit wants us to find our confidence in co-creation with our clarity. So this new moon in Pisces is literally illuminating consciousness. And the message is connected to 852 hertz, intuition and wisdom. And I've been called to share it, because this is part of how we are going to grab this sword and cut ourselves free. Because remember, we got to get to this bridge. We got to get to this bridge of the land in between where the swords meet the cups, right? The swords are going to meet the cups here. And we meet up at this bridge. But we need our sword to do so. Each twin needs their sword to do so. And we remember that last time we met up, we got the message. We know this is connected to Pisces season and the 12th house, the zodiac's gutter ball. This is everything. This is all of creation. This is what's, doom and gloom and, you know, heaven, and like feeling heaven and such high vibes to the point of, you know, euphoria, bliss, and exhilaration times 1,000. This is everything. But we're coming through the center point. What we're going to do is we're going to take what's really low, 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 and what's really high, 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 and we're going to meet in the middle and expand through the center point. And that has to do with these two fish coming together during Pisces season and how we are creating this bridge, because this bridge is connected to what's really, really low, 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 and what's really, really high, high, high through the center point. So thank you to Pisces season for helping us to finish creating this bridge. And remember, when the swords meet the cups. Okay. 852 hertz is helping us to free us from here. So I cleanse, reawaken, and reactivate every cell within my light body. 852 hertz has shown up today as you are not listening to your intuition and have blocked messages from spirit. Spirit is trying to relay, reminding you that you are an awakening soul living your life in a physical body. It's time to work on your spiritual gifts that we all possess but have feared to engage. It's time to raise your vibration and create a link between heaven and earth to become more in tune with people and your surroundings. Now look, we got this card. We know we got this card because with 639 hertz, we were having a recalibration and a reconnection to others in our environment through self. And it was happening through self. And what's so magical about this is that this reconnection, this recalibration, it allows our cells to interact with our environment, and we change our environment. So we're changing our environment literally. This is mission work, what we came here to do, right? But we also know this has to do with that bridge. And this bridge is where heaven and earth meet in the land of in between. And it's going to help us be more in tune with people in our surroundings. But remember, it has to do with our gifts. It's time to work on your spiritual gifts that we all possess but have feared to engage. This is it. Now, guys, all these cards sitting here have come from all of these readings that we've done within this point. And so all these readings, and if you've been a part of them, you've gotten to see how all this is all coming together. We've gotten all these cards together. This is a beautiful, you know, the spider web of co-creation here as we receive these messages. So by using 852 hertz, it carries the sound and vibration of La, L-A. On a cellular level, this helps to awaken, let me get it straight, helps to awaken the cells and lift their vibration so our bodies can work on a higher vibratory level, and increases our intuitive state and abilities to use our sixth sense. Spiritual experiences will start to unfold as we develop. Our bodies become that of more of a pure light form. So it's working with our light body, and this is how we're having that elevation from pleasure into happiness as we mature pleasure into happiness, so we mature the matter. So, you know, I'm not feeling, you know, I had all these cards here, but I'm feeling called to share this. I'm feeling called to share this. Okay, no. Let's get an activation, then I'm going to share this. So, what is being activated here? Because we have to free ourselves so that we can meet up. We need to meet up. We're meeting up. When the swords meet the cups. So, we need this sword. We need this sword. We need it. It's time. The moon the new moon in Pisces, we will be expanding with this sword by the new moon in Pisces. Okay? So, let's see. I'm being called to go. Where am I being called to go? I'm being called to go here. Something shifts. Something shifts with spirit when we access this sword. When we go for it. Guys, we're going to take a risk on love. We're just going to understand something. We're going to understand something so we can shift through this center point where we went, you know, really, really low and really, really high. And remember, the feminine went really, really, really low, the negative tetrahedron, and the masculine, the positive tetrahedron, went really, really, really high so we could expand through the center point. We've never been so connected. Remember, we're walking on a tightrope. That's how this feels. In the dark. So we're not going to be mad at the masculine because the masculine got to go really, really, really high. And remember, feminine, you have masculine within you, and masculine, you have feminine within you. So we're all doing this together. So wherever you're at, honor it. All right. What is shifting here? This has something to do with healing with our endocrine system and our adrenal glands, and we're going to be laser focusing on that. And I've been called to do 21 days, no coffee, no plant medicines, just water. Be putting in some coconut water in that, and of course high vibe foods. And I'm going to share that journey on the channel, so stay tuned for that as well. Okay, what is being activated here? So we take this sword. Oh, before I see, guys, it's right here. I just want to say, here's our... We're trying to escape. Look. We're trying to escape. But we're trying to escape within. We don't want to escape without. We want to escape within. This is part of it. But as we escape within, we're going to expand, because we're going to go so far trying to escape that we're going to see things that we maybe necessarily don't want to see, and we're going to come back. We're going to come back to the other side with clarity. This is where our lunacy is connected to our great genius. Okay, let's see what it is. The power of purpose, of course. The power of purpose. Lit. Just lit. The power of purpose, individualization, seeing your unique place in the world, a clear sense of authentic purpose, healthy self-esteem, letting go of conditioning, celebrating your uniqueness, you be you. Like everything we just discussed is beautiful. Thank you to the divine. There comes a time when you realize that you are destined for something that is yours and yours alone. The catalyst might be an experience with a special person, a path you chose, or something you feel called to do. You'll discover it's not necessarily what you thought it would be and has nothing to do with what everyone else wants or seems to want. Remember, this is about our uniqueness, our authenticity, our path, and that this wish that we made upon a star, we made a wish upon a star that's connected to us. We're looking inside of us and seeing what we need to see to expand it. Here, right? An uncanny conviction takes hold from somewhere deep and true. You feel a sense of power arising from a true sense of self, accompanied by a need for action, a commitment to explore something, or a purposeful choice. Right now, you're invited to step into a new empowered sense of authentic purpose, bolstered by a healthy dose of self-esteem. You're called to release your old conditioning. There's no need to be self-conscious or act a certain way to please others, which can sometimes take you in a direction you don't want to go anyway. And that's the thing is, it's like we don't even want to go here anymore, but we're going because we've restored the power of purpose from what we've seen. And this is confidence in us. This is confidence in our magic, because we've gone within here. We went within to see what we needed to see and face what we needed to face. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So, there's no need to be self-conscious or act a certain way to please others. The discipline and will to evolve are yours by nature. So look, we need the discipline and will to evolve. This process doesn't have to be a struggle. You cannot fail if you immerse yourself fully in what is in front of you now. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. There's healing right there, okay? We're exactly where we're supposed to be. You never have to seek your purpose or wonder what is. Just keep removing the blocks to your essential self, and your purpose will find you. It's that easy. What a wonderful thing to know. So our purpose is finding us. Look at Spirit. Spirit's right there, saying, come on. There's magic in your sword. There's confidence in you. Find the confidence in you. So look, because we've gone within, face what we needed to face, and that's allowing us to expand with force, to expand with the Emperor, to expand with masculine, to understand the power of purpose, because we faced the death template. We've been working on the death template so we can have a rebirth. We're not fearing this space and place. We're also taking a risk on love here because we're understanding that this love is part of us. Remember, this twin flame love, this counterpart love, our counterpart is part of us. We're honoring that. And this has to do with a recalibration, remember, in the Eight of Cups. This is the masculine's representation of the, remember we showed the feminine and she's looking up at the moon. It's somewhere here. We'll see it in a second. But she's looking up at the moon and she's analyzing the Two of Cups. The masculine was not. The masculine, remember, was tired and having a sleep and in a slumber, feeling the Eight of Cups. And that's because the masculine, remember, has been working on, we're healing from lust. So we removed this cup because remember, this has to do with becoming friends with this animalistic part of ourselves. When we're in lust, we're not friends with that animal part of ourselves. Look at how we're treating that part of us. It's in pain. No, we become friends of this part of ourselves in restoring wholeness by going within and facing what we need to face. So what the masculine is had a recalibration with the right cup, right? The feminine did this first. Now the masculine is doing this. So the masculine switches to the right cup. Deeper connection to working with the divine as we expand our soul with spirit. So this is big. Now we have 9 cups here, a recalibration, and we know this is connected to working with the 10. But we've been laser focusing on analyzing the 2 within the 10 of Cups. Remember, 8 plus 2 is 10. But we're having the recalibration, the reconnection through the Ace, through us, and our connection to the divine as we expand our soul with spirit. And we're gaining clarity here. When the masculine goes from this cup to this cup, clarity is gained. And the 13 spheres of knowledge, the matter expands with the energy, the masculine. And this has to do with Metatron's cube and what we're doing here together. There's Metatron's cube between the two of them right here. Now, this is going to go off into our next reading, but I just want to get an activation here. And I guess we're going to share this next part in our next reading. We're going to expand off this. But we do know this has to do with relationships, because where is that? I expand. When we got, where did this card go now? I just had it here. I'm telling you. This one. When we get the 12th house with Libra I balance, this is where we're expanding with relationships. This has to do with relationships. And I feel like now being called to share the rest of the message. Remember, we need this sword. This sword restores justice. It restores balance. Justice is our connection to Libra. And then there's a rebirth, transformation, reweaving, and reactivating. And look at that. There's happiness, which we know that we're in the creation of. Utho's really, really, really low and really, really, really high as we expand through the center point. And this has to do with, we know we're restoring vector equilibrium when we are actually expanding with the God ratio, the Phi ratio, and we reach vector equilibrium where we restore balance from within to without. And that has to do with when the feminine began analyzing the Two of Cups. And it's the connection to the Ace. Right there, the reunification. And that is what's being illuminated. The priestess is literally illuminating the Three of Cups right now for this reunification. That's what's happening. And it has to do with the connection to this sword. And there's gonna be no denying what we see, because that's where we expand through the mind. That has to do with the formula of love frequency and the masculine and the feminine. So let's see what's being activated here. Literally, something that's hidden is coming to light. Gotta fix myself up here. Hang tight, guys. Hang tight. Okay. All right, something that's hidden coming to light. It has to do spirits helping us with this. This has to do with the bird and falcon magic, and we're going to talk about that next time we meet up. This has to do with falcon magic. And remember, when the cups meet the swords, this bridge activates. It's the we activate through the heart. Each twin has a sword and each twin has a cup. Okay, each twin has restored their confidence in their magic, and each twin has had a reconnection and a recalibration with spirit as they're expanding their soul with creation. All right, so something that's hidden is coming to light right here. What is it? I'm feeling called to put the Lovers back in the deck too. The power of purpose. This has to do with turning our nightmares into our dreams. It's like when that new moon is in Pisces, it's going to literally feel like our nightmares have expanded into our dreams. And that's just, you know, doom and gloom energy, low, 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 with that really, really high, high, high euphoria, bliss coming through and expanding through the center point. All right. There it is. It's love. This is literally what's being illuminated. It's love, and we expand. In this is thanks to the Father of Wands. Remember, the moons are connected. We had the full snow moon in Leo, Father of Wands, as we found our strength. Remember, this is the strength to go within. This is strength right here. Okay? And to expand us, our authenticity. And we're in completion here with love. And this is where we're starting. Next time we meet up, we're going to share these messages. Until then, you know I am sending it to you, those good, good healing vibes. Love, light, and healing energy accentuated to create with today. I look forward to seeing you again next time when we expand. I love you. Take care.